So here, let me give you three things to do. Three things to do this week in order to help us starve the flesh and feed the soul. How are we going to starve the flesh and feed the soul this week? Number one, fast. Would you practice the spiritual discipline of fasting? Now, I know at New Life we talk a lot about fasting from food, and that's good. If you're going to do that, continue to do that, okay? But my encouragement for you today is to fast from media, fast from technology, fast from your iPhone, fast from your email. Obviously, maybe not the whole week, but can you set apart a time, maybe a 12-hour time, maybe a 24-hour period of time, on Friday night to Saturday night, where you don't look at your phone at all? Like, doesn't that sound kind of fun, right? It's going to take some discipline, but if you can just fast from all the noise, from all the distractions, so that you can spend more time with God, it's going to nourish your soul. Several years ago, I was fasting, not from technology, but from food one day. It was just a 24-hour fast. And a friend of mine, he wanted to get lunch. And so I'm like, I get it, you want to just catch up, and so let's do that. So I said, hey, come to the end zone, you can bring your lunch, and we'll catch up. And so he brings his lunch, and I obviously don't have a lunch because I'm fasting, and he starts eating, but he's looking at me, he's like, aren't you going to eat? And I explained, no, I'm fasting today, but you eat and we'll catch up. This is going to be good. And so he's like, oh, okay. And then he goes, so Sean, so you're fasting today. I like that, but have you spent any more time praying with God today since you're fasting? I thought about my morning and had to admit, no, I have not spent any more time with God even though I'm fasting today. And he smiled and he looked at me and he laughed, giggled a little bit, and he goes, well, Sean, don't you realize that fasting without praying is just starving? Touche, James, touche. You are right. Yes, fast this week. Say no to something so that you can say yes to something better. Right? If you can spend some time undistracted because the phone's away, the computer away, you're not worried about your email, and you're just able to be present with God and present with your loved ones, man, it'll nourish your soul. Jesus says in Matthew 6:22 that your eyes are the lamp of the body. If your eyes are healthy, your whole body will be full of light. Translation, where your eyes go, your heart will follow. And so the reason why oftentimes we're so spiritually malnourished is because we're always just looking at the things of this world, or at all the advertisements we see, all the things that are saying, you need me in order to be happy. Right? I think about this passage in Peter where he says, hey, rid yourselves of all malice, all deceit, all hypocrisy, all envy, all slander. And I'm like, when am I most tempted to experience those things? For me, it's when I'm on social media. Okay, it's like malice. Have you ever been on social media and felt a little bit of anger inside of you? Like, can't believe they said that. What about deceit? Ever experienced some deceit on social media? Ever seen anyone ever use a filter on Instagram? Like a little bit of deceit there, okay? Maybe some hypocrisy, right? Someone posts something, it's like, this is what I'm doing on Sunday morning, I'm worshiping God, and it's like, but Friday night, okay, a little hypocrisy there. Envy. Think about comparison. Yes, you spend time on social media, and all of a sudden your soul begins to think that your life would be so much better. Right? Your life would be so much better if it was like that. If you went on that vacation like your friends are on right now. Or if you were maybe had those kids and that relationship. And when we spend all this time on social media, you know what we begin to do? We begin to compare our insides to other people's outsides. But it's all a lie. Right? The reason why they're posting all those things is because their outsides aren't reflecting what's really going on their insides. But we end up in this comparison trap thinking my life would be so much better if I had that, instead of we're focusing on what we do have and being grateful for the blessings God has in our own lives. And so this week, can you fast from the things that are distracting you from your loved ones so that you can spend more time with your Heavenly Father and with the ones that He blesses you with in your relationships, your kids, your spouses? Like this week, can we spend more time on our knees and less time on a screen? Less screen time, more knee time. Just think about that. Less screen time, more knee time this week. Fast so that you have the time to do that. Maybe it's going to be to fast from a meal so that you have that time to spend with God. Maybe it's just no Netflix this week, no YouTube, and say, instead of spending that time on the internet, I'm going to spend it with God. Second encouragement is for you to retreat. Retreat. Just get outside of your everyday routine. Go get outside. I know it's going to be raining most of this week, and so maybe you got to wait until like Friday when it's not going to be raining. Or maybe you can just take an umbrella and you can get out into nature. But get outside your house, outside the office, and go and worship God in His beautiful creation. Psalm 19 says this, "The heavens declare the glory of God, and the expanse proclaims the work of His hands. Day after day they pour out speech. Night after night they communicate knowledge." Could you retreat? Could you, sometime this week, maybe Friday, once it stops raining, you can look up into the night sky, look at the stars, and let that be your screen. Let that be your entertainment and say, God, you are a wonderful, beautiful creator. Right? And just imagine, okay, those stars that are millions and millions and millions of miles away, they are thousands and thousands of times the size of this earth. Man, the universe is so big. God, I thank you for your creation that declares your power and your beauty and your majesty. And yet, even though you are all-powerful, you are the mighty creator, you sent your son to die on a cross for me because you were concerned about my well-being. Because of your great love, my relationship with you has been restored. Retreat. Go take a car ride. Go drive down Skyline Drive and just look at God's beautiful creation. Go out into nature and pick up a blade of grass and be like, God, you are powerful. I don't understand how this could grow so fast in the spring. Like every week I got to mow my lawn, but because you're a wonderful, life-giving creator, and it's beyond my comprehension as to how this grass grows and how the flowers bloom. But man, God, you're awesome. Retreat, get out in nature, worship God. It'll be good for your soul. Third encouragement is to serve. Serve. Find somebody, find some people to put before yourself. Right? The flesh says, no, put yourself first. Right? The flesh says, treat yourself. Treat yourself, right? Go treat yourself. Go get a manicure. Go eat some junk food. Treat yourself. No, serve somebody. All right? That's going to be nourishing to your soul this week. Proverbs 11:25 says this, that a generous person will prosper, and whoever refreshes another will be refreshed. Right? You refresh somebody else, you serve somebody else, it will refresh your soul. It will fill you up. And if you need help finding a place to serve, we've got plenty of places for you to serve at church. Right? You can serve in our children's ministry. You can serve on the hospitality team and serve people coffee. You can be a greeter and smile to make people feel welcome here. You can serve on our Passion for Community team, always looking for people to help them with furniture deliveries, helping people transition out of homelessness into permanent housing. You can deliver furniture. You can pray for people in need and share your faith story with them. If you need help finding a place to serve at our church, would you see Jody Corbett at the Serve banner right outside the gym doors so that he can help you find that place to serve so that you can refresh somebody else. And as a result, be refreshed. But maybe there are other opportunities just in your day-to-day week. Like think about in your neighborhood. There's maybe a single mom, maybe a single dad. There's somebody in your neighborhood who hasn't been able to mow their grass. And you can go and mow it, not getting any credit, just mow it and go somewhere else. Maybe you can go to work and you can bake some healthy snacks and take it to the break room and just say, hey, I just wanted to bless our office today. Have a wonderful day. And go serve other people. Put other people first. It will nourish your soul. So serve. Put other people first.